Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome back to my video. Today, I wanted to kick off the first video of the year on my channel with something different. I wanted to share 13 things to stop buying in 2024, and I really wanted to make this video because consumerism is incredibly high this time of our lives and probably the past year or 2 years. I feel like it's just been really crazy lately. I want to make these videos more often. I want to share things to stop buying or things to buy instead, things that'll help save money, but also just things that in general to stop buying to save even more money. Also, they're very random. This is a really random list. I want to kick off the year with something different. 13 things to stop buying in 2024. So let's get started. So now, in the thumbnail of the video, I feel like I was really throwing shade at Stanley. Okay, this was gifted to me. I love it. However, what I wanted to point out is that it's become so popular to have like 15 plus Stanley water bottles. Like, you know, especially the 40-ounce ones that are so trendy, like very clunky and large. Yeah, people love to have collections of things, but is it really necessary to have a huge collection of water bottles? Unless you have a lot of people in your family, then I understand that. But if it's for one person, you don't need 10 Stanleys. Next up is excessive amounts of subscriptions. And my husband and I talked about this the other day. You guys let me know what you think. Companies, brands have really figured out how to make a lot more money with subscriptions and how to make it really successful. Very convenient. Auto pay is set up so you don't really notice it a lot of the time. And they pick a price that I feel like suits almost everybody's budget, and a price that specifically you won't really notice too much. That razor subscriptions. Why do we need a subscription for razors? Subscriptions for soaps and all these little things. Like some things where I think they're fine. Like I like Amazon. I don't mind Netflix, like this one streaming channel, maybe Hulu. You know, pick a streaming channel that you actually watch and use. Something you genuinely use almost every single day, weekly. I think that's totally fine, but I'm just talking about subscriptions where I think it's just, you don't need so many. You know, one of the things that really upsets me with spending money is buying something specifically that's going to be thrown away. I get so upset about that, you guys. Just that's literally throwing money in the garbage. I mean, yes, you're getting a product and something out of it, but still. Towels, this is a big one. You know, I'm not saying you have to stop buying it completely. I do like paper towels, but I minimize how much I use by using rags. If I'm wiping down counters, cleaning my sink, cleaning my cabinets, like anything in the kitchen, the dining table, I will wash and reuse these, and I save such a significant amount of paper towels. So I'm, you know, throwing less things away in the garbage, and I'm just simply reusing these. This next one, I feel like I'll probably have a lot of people disagree with me. I actually brought this up to my friend and she completely disagreed with me, and that's honestly completely fine. The most useless things I've ever purchased in my life that I'm donating are these egg containers. Honestly, I think eggs already come in. If you're buying eggs at the store, I get it if you have your own chickens, like my friend does. So it makes sense for her. But if you buy eggs at the store, like I do, I don't have chickens, they already come in a wonderful container. This is purely just for aesthetics at that point. I gotta say, if something is behind closed doors, I literally do not care about the aesthetics part. I just want it to be functional. Next up, fast food. Now, this is not a health video or any kind. I'm purely mentioning fast food because of how freaking expensive it is. My family and I, we went out to Five Guys like several weeks ago, and it used to cost us like $22 to feed us. Now it's $50. And I don't know if we're just eating more or if my kids are eating more, but that is so expensive for fast food, can I just say. Nowadays, it's so common to eat out, to have all these services, DoorDash and everything. That is so freaking expensive. Like going to the grocery store, paying for groceries and making things from scratch is already expensive enough now. I just want to point out and just really highlight and just make your own food from scratch. There are so many wonderful recipes on YouTube. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna link a channel that I've been binge watching on YouTube. Specifically search for 30-minute recipes because that's what really helps me on busy days. Okay, coffee is a big one. Going out for coffee, it's so common to go out for coffee. And coffee is so freaking expensive. A lot of times I'll just make my own coffee at home and then take it out with us in a thermos. Sometimes, you know, we'll go out for it, but that, you guys, I kid you not, that is literally like once or twice a year. And you don't have to buy yourself a fancy espresso machine if you don't have one. I have this stovetop espresso maker that I shared recently that cost $24, and I actually prefer that coffee over my $800 espresso machine that my husband and I invested in like 8 years ago. I actually prefer the $24 one because I don't know, somehow the coffee tastes absolutely freaking incredible in that. This next one is incredibly random. It's something to avoid, but what to buy instead. Preshredded cheese. Not only is it more expensive, but honestly, this doesn't taste as good. They coat it with something so that way on the shelf, in packaging, blah, 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 so the cheese doesn't stick together, so it has a coating. So it just doesn't melt the same. It doesn't have the stringiness the same. So instead, just buy a big old block of cheese. It's cheaper and it tastes so much better. Next one, you should stop buying bread. I know what you're thinking. Oh my
God, another influencer telling me to cut out carbs.
No, on the contrary, I freaking love bread. We eat 2 loaves every week, sometimes 3, and we love it. But instead of buying it, make your own. And I promise you guys, it is not as intimidating as you think. And yes, you can make your own homemade bread if you work outside of the home, have to commute, have an 8-hour shift. You can easily fit that into your schedule. So much more simpler than you think. So here I am making my bread. I personally like to use starter. I think it makes the bread taste better. You get more of a spongy, delicious bread. You can either make your own starter, you can purchase it from somebody online and they'll ship it to you, or if you have a friend that already does this, you can just ask them for some and then you just grow it yourself and you just keep maintaining it. It's actually so much easier than you think. Just look up a video. I will link a good video down below for you guys where I learned a 1.5 years ago. Guys, making bread is one of the easiest recipes I ever make. I do everything by memory. I don't use a recipe book or anything. I have a recipe in my head that I use, but it's literally just flour, water, salt, and your starter, which your starter is just flour and water. Oh, and not only is it cheaper, but it's much healthier because, again, this is not a health video, but it is much healthier because you know all the ingredients that are in there: flour, water, salt. Next up is gift bags and tissues. Did you guys know you can save all this stuff every single year during Christmas and birthdays? Now with, Christmas that just passed, I save everything. Yes, I even save the tissue paper. I'll fold it up. I have my own little storage box where I put everything. You guys, I haven't purchased tissue paper in probably 5 years. Yes, I realize tissue is so freaking cheap, but again, that's another thing that goes in the garbage, and I hate that. It just feels so sad to me, just throwing away something you can actually use for the next gift. Next one is probably kind of controversial, but honestly, I'm just gonna be brutally straight up honest and not BS you guys. Stop bleaching your hair. It is so damaging. It dries out your hair. It is so expensive to maintain. I bleached my hair almost 2 years ago. Still in the process of recovering it. I still have a little bit of color at the bottom here. Let me put a before photo or video of my hair. It was at its worst state and just how fried it got. Now, I know everyone's hair is different. Some people's hair can handle it and such. It can only handle it for so long in my experience. And honestly, if you have grays, I totally understand that. I'm not going to judge people that want to cover up grays. Obviously when I get there, I will dye my hair to cover up the grays. Let's be real. I won't bleach it. I probably just use permanent dye, which I know isn't great. If you have natural hair that's wonderful, beautiful, natural hair is so beautiful. Can I just say whatever color you have, it's gorgeous. You don't need to do anything to it. Please leave it alone. Next one, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of backlash probably on this one, but you know what? Me being honest and straight up, no BS here. Stop getting your nails done on a regular basis. It is so expensive and completely unnecessary in my opinion. I get if you want to do it once in a while to treat yourself, whatever, that's fine. But that's something you can learn to do yourself. It just takes practice. You need time, obviously, to get the hang of it and learn it and get better and better at it. So many services out there for things that you can easily do yourself, and I don't know why it's just so normal to get your nails done on a regular basis. I guess girls want to treat themselves, pamper themselves. I personally choose not to. It's expensive and it takes so much time. If you love doing it, I'm not going to judge people for it. This is just my opinion. The final one is continuously upgrading your phone. Why is it so normal to constantly upgrade your phone to the newest Apple version? Actually, you know what's so funny? I have the iPhone 10 Plus, which the newest one is the iPhone 15. I literally get people laughing at me that I have the 10. There's absolutely nothing wrong with my phone. It takes great pictures. It's not slow. It works wonderfully. The battery health is great. Why do I need to upgrade it constantly? This one I even purchased used to top it off. No, that's just how I am. If something's not broken, then why fix it? Anyways, that concludes today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed seeing this really unfiltered and honest video on 13 things to stop buying in 2024. Anyways, Happy New Year. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.